Onivia, League of Legends Highlights.
Pick Cassiopeia into the already existing Varus, since Varus with so much range already wants to go lethality to win the lane, and with Heimerdinger here, it's actually going to be really hard for Cassio to navigate the team fights in the 5v5. However, his W is down, so this could be an angle to try and force something. We waited a little bit too long. I think if we just committed and Sejuani Q forward there, Jax Q forward, we stack up the E passive, no dashes on anyone.
And you can see he hit level 6. He wanted to kill that minion to get it, but now in the bottom lane, it's EG making the dive. First blood, and they get the money on FBI. Realm Warp shows up to bring in JoJo for backup. They're not done yet. They want to get both here, and Luger's shot to pieces. Double kill for FBI.
Beautiful where the gold is. So, as a jungler, I think the best thing you can do here is try to create a scenario where you're either creating a monster...
Available, but he uses it now, so this could actually be really dangerous. He's not going to have that Counter-Strike available, and they are going to start up the dive.
JoJo comes in, dropping the Rune Prison, trying to get him low enough. Dokla wants to outplay it, but there's just no way, man. JoJo gets the money. EG 3-0.
If Ryze tries to exchange back, he's going to lose that 1v1. That way, it's much easier for Palafox to dodge.
Behind him, he's in trouble.
He's looking doomed here.
Well, he does sidestep the grenade, but you can't sidestep Rune Prison. Damage doesn't come out super fast, but it will come out fast enough for him.
Commit some resources, because this is worth the money.
Yeah, Contracts just waited very, very long, and then he was moving towards mid lane to drop it, and he ran into the Elise. And basically, the Elise kept him in combat.
Mid lane tier 1.
And I just love how EG are moving in, and they're taking control of the enemy jungle here, getting wards, setting up turrets, having Inspired and JoJo involved.
JoJo pin Realm Warp's melee range of the Sejuani, even if he gets caught in a glacial prison, it doesn't matter. Because Sivir doesn't even do enough damage before the CC ends. He does very well now with the new Archangels. However, Elise, most would argue, does not scale well. That said, against Jax, he doesn't have actually any...
CLG, like, they basically see nothing in their bot side jungle. There's way more EG wards down there.
A lot of TPs coming out.
CLG trying to make the move here. However, EG may be able to respond. Vulcan gets caught out. A lot of damage to burst him down, but it's not quite there in time, and they have to trade Dokla away for it. Someday gets back over the wall. Contracts wants to chase him, but Sejuani alone will not have the damage. They bring over Palafox to get it done, but now they're both stuck on the wrong side of the enemy line. Contracts tries to keep on running and running and running and running, but he won't run nowhere. JoJo goes on a killing spree as Palafox tries to slither away. The arrow flies, but it won't hit the target. Palafox just looking for an execute at this point if he can get it. One more turret shot. They've decided there's no way they can possibly try to fight for this Drake. They're just too far behind to take a fight in open ground. It's not the soul yet, but this will be
behind JoJo. JoJo has quietly pulled massively ahead here. You know, he's more than 40, nearly 50 CS up at this point, plus has all the kills to his belt. It's going to be really difficult, but JoJo's very far out here.
Uh-oh. Isaac, did you just cast or curse this man?
I'm sorry.
You turned him into a mid-lane buffet. Gonna take an extra second to get there, but they should be able to pick it right. That takes so long to kill him. Good lord, man.
That's a Cassiopeia.
Just fight him real quick. Just give him a snake bite. There we go. Shut down the Palace. Yeah, he's not afraid of this.
He can't even
Jax.
defend the tower at this point.
Whatsoever.
That's how bad it is. Like, the tower's too low HP, but even this tier 3 at full HP, with a wave, as long as
Inspired's still here.
Done yet.
Inspired may yet be able to smite steal
Here's
this
where the
away.
TPs are coming in. They don't have double TP. They have to burst the dragon down and get out.
Not gonna find it. There it is. Objective bounty claims. CLG backs against the wall. They save the Dragon Soul, but JoJo's not done. EG's still looking to find a little bit more. JoJo goes in. They grab the kill on Dope, but they followed up with Poom. JoJo survives thanks to stasis, and now he flashes away to safety. Palafox falls as he kills JoJo with a poison.
I don't know that they know he's around here. He's got no vision,
as if they know, yeah.
He's got no vision.
He just has to...
Total burger
flip a coin. Total burger flip. We'll love to see it. Blow up comes on. Here he is.
Over the wall. It's Varus. Neither jungler gets the smite.
I actually really like what they did. In the rotation, no flash Varus, no flash Heimerdinger, no flash Ryze, no flash Elise, right? Just had a huge team fight. Everyone burned off on a front-to-back team fight and just send it, because at this point, yeah, defending towers against all this poke and CC, it's going to be really hard.
It is a problem. Flash is ready to go. EG with control over the Drake right now. Contracts fires off the ulti, but it does not make direct contact. Someday wants to frontline here a little bit. The Drake is low. The objective bounty is claimed by Contracts, and CLG does it again. The soul denied a second time. Dokla jumping back over the wall, but he'll be bit by Inspired, and that means a 1-for-0 trade there for E. Just wants to hard force this. They've already got the Baron down below half HP. Contracts goes in, finds the glacial prison there on the FBI, but there's no follow-up here. Again, not onto a valuable target. JoJo's gonna be focused. He's taking a lot of damage with the shield's gonna proc and keep it alive. Someday now, soaking most of it. CLG, do you believe? EG's on the run. CLG turning their attention right back over to Baron. The scaling is happening right in front of our eyes, boy.
Hate to be that guy, but I'm gonna be that guy.
Wait.
Nice try.
Flashbacks to Gumayushi there.
And Varus want people to run into them, and then the top side of EG wants to run into them.
Yeah.
They're not great at kiting as much. So Someday is buying a lot of million effective health thanks to Karma and the Seraphs. We'll see how they play this fight out.
Well, CLG's just gonna start to burn the Drake. They throw out Sejuani's ulti to go after Inspired. They force him away, and the Drake is secured by CLG. They will
Hold on and get little bits of advantages back over and over and over.
And this has been both games now this weekend for EG. Early leads into mid-game mistakes. JoJo getting caught now all alone in the middle of nowhere. Nobody's even gonna write the obituary contract.
Pray to God that JoJo isn't going to start split pushing and break us up. Because once the 5v5 started happening, it's all been sealed. Oh, this game's great all of a sudden. Baron gets started up. Looks to be a contest here. We will see if they can burst it in time. That's
They
gone.
can. Vulcan's ulti over the walls, just wait.
And fight their way into the river, but that is so difficult with this composition to walk in straight to what CLG have.
25 seconds.
Here they
till
go.
Dragon. Looking for some exchanges here. Contracts are really hard here. Looking for JoJo.
Contracts
JoJo's
engages. JoJo's gonna be your target. He's low. He pops the Zonias, trying to buy a little bit more time. Contracts lines up the Arctic Assault.
Inspired on Palafox.
Palafox, he's using his own stasis, but Inspired won't be able to get the damage. CLG killed everybody. It's a triple over to Big Dokes, and it's the game over to Counter Logic Gaming.
What a start to the season for CLG. They're going to be 2-0, sitting at the top of the table here, taking down EG in what was nearly a 10,000 gold deficit. Soul Point 4 times in a row. CLG hang on and they take down EG.
Wow. Scaling's the name of the game.
Come on, we know what it's gonna be. All right, Castante,
Okay.
do you just put another cannon on your main battleship
Yeah.
and sail that sucker straight into the port, right? Like, I'm curious how they're gonna decide to do this as River makes his way into the top side, and they'll look for a 2v1 against Fudge. Oh! And he's all in. He finds the kill, but River's got enough CC to burst.
Gonna be yours. Winning top lane, got him Herald. Winning bot lane, gets him Dragon. Difflex dropping some vision around here as well. Trying to cover his mid laner, knows that he is in that losing position here. Wants to keep him safe. Sven even moving up. They've got a lot of vision around. They're going aggressive.
Now it's dive time. Difflex gets the kill.
And this is getting very, very similar to now what happened last game. Gets the kill in the 1v2. Gets all of the gold.
But didn't work out this time.
Yeah, and Licorice held onto his TP. So he decided that since it was going to already come all the way to this tier 2, he was just going to hold on to that. So it does give them prio to play towards bot side, but now...
Nice gank from River. They want to get this money on Young.
Oh!
Difflex gets away. Difflex,
You're kidding me!
Young falls 1v2. The C9 mid lane.
This before I talk through the entire thing, but they're looking for the setup. In he goes. He lands the stun. Q back to the wave. Then the E forward. Really nice bait here. Pulls him in. And now, as he steps forward, Young goes forward. So the turret is onto him. Stolen ult, Everfrost as well. Okay, another kill on top side. And I mean, they already have early Mythic completed on both Berserker and Sven. They were winning on that bottom side. We can see Sven did a really good job with his Frostbang, already collecting 900 gold, so they're just 600 on the other side, but they're gonna go for a fight.
Blabber's already in there. Stixay's already dead, and who he's gonna join him? Can they take out Licorice as well?
Yes.
He wants to get Sven, but he can't do it, man. The support king lives to see another day. And the Herald is gonna help C9 clean their third turret of the game. Second charge completes as well. But he's in no danger. He's just messing with them, padding the damage stats a little bit. And C9 will take 2 kills. They'll take the turret. They'll take 3 kills.
Has been dominant in the LCS. Only has 2 kills though. I thought he needed more than that to get 500. So something.
Licorice in particular, I remember a stat I believe from last year. I think he's only got like 1, maybe 2 wins against Cloud9 after leaving that team. And it's just been his kryptonite as River getting caught here, having to try to stay alive, but Blabber ends up getting shut down. Nice turnaround coming out from the Golden Guardians. Licorice tries to get out, should be finished off here by Difflex. Berserkers under pressure. They took out the Zeri. Golden Guardians may have just found the fight they need. Fudge, however, ready to turn it right back around. It's Castante, baby! Triple Triple kill over to Fudge. Make it a quadra. Why not? Now there's your 500 kill.
Quadra here as well onto Young. Beautiful play there from Fudge. And they're just straight onto the bear. 20 minutes in, Cloud9 says, yep, let's get it.
Just daring Golden Guardians to stop them, but I don't know if it's gonna happen. Baron's at 4K, Young's at 400. Fudge is just running them over, man. He is dominating. You know, Isaac, I think if I take one side of my headset off right here.
Already here, early season, hard carrying 2 games back-to-back. He's gonna find another one, isn't he? Oh, he is.
He's not done. Licorice,
Get out of there, Licorice!
Man, I don't think there's anywhere for him to go but all the way down. Isaac's point. He's going to go ahead and push up bottom lane here. He's got Blabber right next to him. Sven's waiting just inside the jungle. The base, they can't even leave the walls.
Yeah.
And Cloud9, Baron up, are looking to maybe
Blabber's
get
going
right now. Blabber's already found Stixay. The AD carry gets away, but it costs him his ghost to try to do it. C9 forcing down the tier 3. They've already got it gone. And I don't think anything's going to save that. Back.
Yep.
And it's highly unlikely. We'll put it that way. It is highly unlikely.
That's an optimistic way of putting it.
That such a situation would, well, I got to match your positivity talking about how Cassante might still die. We've got to be, we're being cheeky together, buddy. Diplex caught in the middle of multiple Golden Guardians players. They're bringing the whole team.
Fudge!
Fudge is ready to go. You should have brought more men. 1v5 is not a fair fight for the Golden Guardians. Fudge is ready to go. Diplex gets himself away. E2 right back in. Side with the save. You gotta be messing with me, man. No way. Diplex still alive. Finally dropped. That was clutch from Sven, and the Golden Guardians are just decimated.
Fudge didn't want the 1v5. He takes the 1v1 instead. All out, pulls them over. The Nexus towers are already under fire here.
Man. Woo. I think this one's just about all wrapped up, my friends. Cloud9 working on inhib number 2, inhibitor turret number 3. Remember that bottom lane has already been broken. Young tries to stand and fight, but no way, man. I can't even finish the sentence before his body hits the dirt. Diplex grabbing another one here onto River. 5 kills on that Silas. Second highest on the team, but still only half as much as Fudge's Cassante. Licorice, nope. There's no way you're going to be able to tank that one up, Counter-Strike or not. First Nexus turret falls. It's Berserker claiming the credit on it. They'll fall right on back to the remaining tier 3. They can finish that off. They know they've got a 5v3 here against Licorice, Stixay, and Huhi. Jax doesn't have any ability to really enter the fight or do anything. As soon as he tries, he'll be instantly destroyed. As we have the Yuumi ulti looking to slow these guys down. Fudge will lead the charge. Blabber backs it up. Licorice and Huhi run back into the fountain as Stixay runs out of health. And that's it, man. Cloud9 might pad their stats a little bit more here. Fudge is just working on minions. He's farming while the rest of the team's fighting. Now he jumps in. Young wants it. He's not going to get a whole lot, I don't think. He tries to dash back around and heal up. Berserker gets the kill as Licorice drops the double over to Berserker. C9 clean house on day 2.
That is how you do it. 24 kills in 25 minutes from one team.
Not yet. My bad. It looked a bit. It looked like
it happens. Yeah, you just have that little bit of a thing.
At least a little XP to hit 3 there, though. That's actually really smart. So going to be able to grab that, and that allows him to keep fighting with Kyoshik. If you're level 2, you can't actually scrap with that level 3 set 20. That would be a bit risky, but try going down.
Wow!
Simple to get the advantage. Just trying to. Oh,
Bubble.
Nice catch there on the bubble from the Nami. Core JJ sets it up for Yon to just pick up another.
jungler, and fortunately, even though he invested time in the bottom side, bot lane's been. It looks doomed.
Also, the ability to save him now. That Kalista ultimate's so important when Chime gets caught out. But Core JJ throws out an ulti of his own. Pioshik comes over the wall. They look for the chain CC, but Boogie can get out of the way there with his flash. He's barely alive, but Akali's coming in, and she looks hungry for blood. Harry picks up one. Can he find a second? Tries to get it, but he won't. TSM making a 1-for-1.
Finish it off with the R2, but it's flashed by Neo, so nice flash keeps the Kalista alive. Is that 1-for-1? But it's Boogie who claims the dragon. It's the second one there for TSM.
My Team Liquid, they got that first one. They're looking to maintain control over that second. As Summit goes for the slam into the wall on Maple. He shuffled back into the turret. And a cross-map arrow just going to seal his fate. They give the shutdown.
How that communication was, if they're trying to actually push him back into that corridor. Or if he was able to actually shoot it out late enough, but it is Pyosik here, and they're teaming back in.
And Boogie has no way out. Remember, the flash still down from where he had to use it in the bottom lane dive. Now Harry, oh, he misses the E. Shouldn't have enough damage to be able to really threaten Maple any further. There we go.
I wanted to bring this up. TSM feels like they can walk into the room. Oh, never mind, an initiation.
Ornhorn comes out, Jan flashes back over, but to guarantee that he doesn't get caught out in case there's more TSM backup coming through.
Pay attention to the Ash Arrow, pay attention to the Ornal when it comes up. It is not available yet.
Oh boy.
We might not have an Ash Arrow at all, my friend. Chime. Oh, wow. Clutch save there from Neo. Harry's going to look for the end anyway, and he finds it, jumps right back to his Shuriken in the smoke.
Or stay a little closer together.
And that was a very important pick for the side of Team Liquid because now they guarantee that they get that third Drake of the game.
So, they are falling fairly far behind. They do have great scaling, so they can fall back on that. But Akali taking a tower on bot side, and Summit up here trying to defend their tier 1, so they will go positive 1 turret on this trade.
They're looking for a 2v2 here, potentially.
Looks like it. Ornhorn summoned up. Solo there, gets stunned by Pyosik. They tried to use it so he couldn't get the R2, but the timing wasn't quite where it needed to be. Now Maple jumps in. He really wants Summit here, trying to get on top of him so he can summon up the soldiers. Ends up committing the flash, and it's Boogie point blank range with the 12 gauge, takes him out. But now Maple has committed a lot to make that play happen, and he finds himself behind enemy lines, but backed up by his own men. TSM moving as a unit and getting it done.
Right, that's where Summit went. So they're actually buying time. Even if they don't get that kill, they're pushing up that tier 1 top, so they delay the bases. They buy time for Summit to work on play. Absolutely. Now the TP comes in from Maple, and I wasn't sure if it was going to be like a little bit too late, if they could actually chase in on this, but Maple just hard commits to it. Jan on the other side spends the culling, doesn't really get that much done, and now Summit.
Oh! 0-3-0. That's not what you wanted to see from Summit.
Then you're going to be getting something on that other side with the wave that you've already shoved up. And it looks like they are just trying to move in, control this jungle quadrant, and be ready for an Expo Dragon here.
Yoshik's gonna move up. They find Callista this time. They know that she can save the Ashe, but she cannot save them. Just stops them in their tracks.
Like I mentioned, without the culling, there's nothing that's really creating space for the TL flankers to go in.
Oh,
As the
boy.
Megalar goes in, everything is flashed.
Summit, that was not the angle you needed, buddy. I saw it in his eyes, but so did TSM. They were ready. They respond.
Harry?
But now Harry's trying to get something.
He's got nothing, though.
He's still not got enough damage to pick up any of these kills. Now he's finally going to get Chime. Neo will kite him out. They'll trade 1 for 1 there. The support for the mid laner. It's 3 dead on TL. It's 2 dead on TSM. And they'll take the objective.
Boogie just flashing straight in on Jan, utilizing that Gore Drinker. He knew that Jan had no flash remaining after that play. Back to live, another Ash Arrow connects.
Here we go. They found a pick potentially on the Pyosik. He does not escape this time. A killing spree for Neo. And Faithful's ready to pair it too.
Right over by it. They get the jungler, they get the support. Harry is spotted.
Drake, I feel like, this Baron, sorry. Contesting this Baron is just desperation. You're never getting this. Ornn's going to walk into the culling and tank it completely. A hero play from Harry is necessary to turn this around.
He finds the E on the Boogie. He may be able to assassinate the jungler, but the Gore Drinker keeps him alive. TSM, they'll get the Baron. They lose their jungler. They trade him 1 for 1 for the enemy mid.
The Akali forgot about his stacks.
Oh, Solos. Pumped
He's
up.
feeling it. Oh,
man.
yeah. It feels great. You get punished by Gnar for 15 minutes straight. You hate your life. And then now you're just winning the game because you picked Ornn into Gnar and the game wasn't over. 15 minutes of punishment, it's not enough.
He threads the needle.
Really rough. With the 3 Ornn items, you're giving them about 2,400 to 3K gold worth of value. That plus the 3 dragons.
Lines looking for that flank. He wants that pincer maneuver to catch these guys. Summit still potentially in harm's way here. Ash Arrow comes out. Follow-up knockup coming in from Solo. Culling does a lot of damage over to Neo, and Harry's ready to jump into the back line. Neo stays alive. Harry's right back on him. The shutdown over to Core JJ. Chime's gonna die next, and Team Liquid does the alley-oop. There's the scoop. Boogie's down. TL gets 3 for nothing, and Core ain't done. He interrupts the charge away from Solo. It might take a whole damn clip, but Jan's got enough bullets for him this time. Solo will drop, and it's Team Liquid, of course, getting 4.
That is huge for TL. They find the end.
We're going to continue playing the game, but League officials are continuing to also investigate in the background to make sure the lag doesn't influence.
Guys, sending his regards to you when you're a tank because he hurts. He hurts a lot. The difference between Solo being able to block the culling when he doesn't have this item to when he does, it's not to say that he can't block it, it's going to stay.
Oh! What a good shot, man!
My God.
We have seen some sick Asher.
Into the Mega Gnar for only a couple moments longer. Now that he reverts to Mini, there's your arrow. It finds Pioshik, that's the tank. But TSM still not too worried about it. Nice read on Jan's dash from Solo, but nobody else is in range to follow it up. Now Harry looks for his opportunity to go in, jukes out that Shurima shuffle, and Harry has to go golden trying to survive. TSM pushes forward, Harry dives to Chime. Summit now running away from the rest of the squad as TL retreats on Pioshik earlier. Summit's got an angle here, but he has no Narbar, so it's not like he can jump in and do a whole lot about this. Pioshik wants to try to steal, but it won't happen. It's secured by Neo, and TSM have the Infernal Soul. Jan's got nowhere to go. He's dead in the middle of 5, and TSM is controlling this.
It's a great force from TSM. They know that Harry has to get up, has to be able to TP into that fight for them to really be able to take it. So all TL can do is look for the 50-50, and now Summit is caught.
Summit trying to kite this one out, maybe turn it around! There's that mechanical excellence you expect from Summit.
Additional damage as well, and Jan's almost killed off, so he's got a base. They're just gonna start this up. Pioshik is full, but Summit's got no Mega and half health.
Pioshik is the one thing that could stop TSM from grabbing this Baron here. He knows it. You gotta think TL's gonna go in and try to steal, but TSM DPSs slowly so that they're ready to counterattack as Pioshik makes his entrance. Now they're gonna secure the Baron. Boogie's got the smite. Pioshik tries to get away, but he's already down. Summit has to disengage and hop back over the wall as TSM need to be careful here.
Ash Arrow connects. 2 hits from his ear and you're going home. It's actually really incredible. I actually think they might be pushing for an end here. Probably I would say you should recall here, but they're posturing mighty aggressively.
Yes, sir, they are. TSM 5v4 for the next 15 seconds. There's your Ornhorn. Harry trying to find a valuable target as the arrow flies out, but Chime won't hit anybody. Half HP on him. Solo's low, but Harry's down. 1 for 1. Traded top for mid here in the defense. Team Liquid holding on for dear life.
Yeah, tries to get in there. Felt like he had to go for it. They could feel the game slipping away. Summit in the side lane, trying to create some, down towards the bottom of the standings, and TL up towards the top. But it's TSM that withstood the early game and is now looking like they are in full control of this one.
They're looking at the Nexus.
Yeah, they just want to end this game. They're using the TP on the minion to guarantee they're able to tank up the Nexus turrets for a longer amount of time. First Nexus turret's already down. CoreJJ with a nice bubble there onto Boogie, followed up with the Glacial Prison, but they can't go in far enough to get the kill. Summit is down. Neo's got it, and now Team Liquid stands 4v5. TSM is not seriously injured. Harry's trying to get somebody, but Chime's only going to be saved by Neo's ulti yet again. The Akali is down. There goes everybody else. Maple with the shuffle, TSM with the scuffle, and they'll take down TL. TSM start 2023 to win.
Connected also counts as an auto attack that can instantly stack your Sejuani stun, so those, and it is going to be smote away. There's no smite for closer, so even if you blast stoned in there, wouldn't be.
See Tenacity and Doublelift both accumulating a decent amount of gold. Immortals starting up this Rift Herald. 100 Thieves in the vicinity, that leaves opportunity to make the play down bot, throwing down the ultimate, and Tactical lost for this world. First blood traded back though.
Yeah, the tower, if they wanted to join.
See if they decide to make anything happen along those lines, because Immortals have everyone except for one stunned directly onto Blaze. All about to flash away, but they take down Kenzie. Ultimate from Yuumi, pretty good at zoning. A Blaze Olive barely surviving. Both are looking to finish it off. The Blast Cone to create some space for Tactical. 2 down for Immortals and 100 Thieves.
Well, finish off a Blaze. Pick up the dragon in the aftermath. 100 Thieves back at it!
Coming back, another stun of Blaze Olive getting cooked. Who knew Olives was going to be the greatest ingredients in this cooking stream, as 100 Thieves take him down. Over 4,000 gold lead now.
I love the emotes that have been utterly destroyed early game. Immortals, see if they can actually cash one of those objective bounties out. Starting with the bottom lane.
Polymorph and Big is not enough.
Are both increasing the gold lead and retaining control of the neutral objectives, stacking their dragons for themselves. So marginal increase. Closer goes to the Blaze Olive. again and does get the cooldown plus the tower.
A trade of the Glacial Prison for that flash. Teleport coming through from Immortals as well. Can be somewhat chunked in the Oran Horn. Tries to get one, but cannot. Double Lift still with the cat on his back is doing damage. Tenacity into the backline he goes, but should be getting burned. Revenge manages to survive, but stunned on the outset. Look at that ultimate coming on through with the Everest Divide. Ablaze all into some trouble. Wild Bow targeted on Tactical, but it cannot keep him up. Double Lift doing way too much damage. Closer still. Ericsson being able to make the tactical play against Immortals on when to enter that fight and capitalize upon all the chunking that the rest of the team did. And now sitting pretty out of the bush they go. Ablaze Olive looking for the shuffle on in, gets a knockup and more on Tenacity. Final chapter going out across the rest of them. And Revenge has to back off. Kenvi has to back off. Double Lift has to venture on shoreward. And Fleshy zoned out.
The Gore Drinker kept Tenacity alive for a lot longer. And then the Radiant Virtua as well kept the Ornn alive for a lot longer. Yuumi combination. The engage is theirs to take. Flank down here from Renekton. You see Tenacity. He pushed out the wave, heading down to look for it.
Oh, but the fight's starting up. Can be in the center of it all. Is already into terrible position. Ablaze all gets stunned up by the ultimate. Once more Revenge right there with Immortals on his back. They aren't there anymore. Because guess what? Two of them died. Flash forward from Tactical to try to get an escape. But look at that damage coming out of Double Lift. Said, I got you. I go this way. Go get my 80 carry. Don't come this way. I'm just a little Lulu. Why don't you go get Tactical instead? All right.
You know, sometimes you catch a fish and it's just too small and you throw it back. that one did not meet the weight standards of Wukong onto the Sejuani. He deals negative damage to the Sejuani and then almost dies. Bjergsen chases him down. They want to finish it.
Yeah, now with the buff and everything, 100 Thieves are feeling pretty confident as they push forward. Revenge throwing his body at the rest of them, stunned up and blasted down to give his life here. And with the push of Tenacity over on this bot side, 100 Thieves can spread their pressure across two lanes to take these towers simultaneously and have Immortals with their tails between their legs.
And their base in rubble as well. Two inhibitors instantly destroyed. 100 Thieves not looking to let it go too long.
They're feeling it. This is turret number one falling. The second one to boot. Kenvi goes in. They have to do something to try and prevent the continuation of this stand. But Closer looking to set up for the rest of the team, forcing a flash out of Fleshy here. So many minions coming in as well. The Super's coming. Nexus here against Immortals. Just trying to outpoke them. Tenacity going into the back lane. Gets a little bit of a sweep onto Tactical, but on the opposite side, plays off with the last attempt. Gets eliminated. Double Lift still in pursuit. Turning two more players into their fountain. 100 Thieves dismantling Immortals Nexus as slow as they can to get the kills. Putting their first win of the season on the board.
Double Lift with some nice flashes. This side should have plenty of safety here. I definitely like how this actually turned out with the Champ Select 4.
Interestingly enough, too. So, C3 for FlyQuest group here. Armud venturing on forward. And he's in the center of them all. Burn down, slippity slap, first blood. That knowledge of that attention on top side, start to bring down this Drake. And a last hit will do it. Maybe setting him next, but currently spending a bit of time in his jungle. Jensen position, Spica still hovering around this riverside, taking a lot of damage. Victola slamming onto him. Spica and Impact now ready to collapse. The flash out for Jensen. He goes in. Victola, that's sick, bruh.
Because you don't have access, you know, as a viewer, to the comms of all the teams that Impact has been on. But if you talk to any player that has ever played with him, as he gets ganked right now, and I've cursed him, sorry, buddy.
He's just
if you talk to any player that is the game, to the rest of the team, both in-game and in reviews, and helps everybody around him improve. So Impact, I think, in no small part, a huge reason why people are rating this team so high.
And now Spica throwing out the first ultimate of the game, getting the root onto one while this Rift Herald is the target for all. Dignitas still funneled here into the pit. Spica haven't come back after getting Polymorph. The Victola is the next target going into the backline to try and get this kill onto Armut, but he himself gives his life in the favor of Armut. Still in pursuit. Winsome flashing over the wall to try and escape. Jensen right now, even with the root here, can still come on through. Impact now trying to turn it onto Jensen himself, but the wild growth that they're reminding everyone that they are a contender, even though FlyQuest is picking up the second dragon right now, to the knowledge of Dignitas. And I know that they're
already used by him. All he has now to survive is his flash. And Spica kind of mirroring here on the Maokai is going to force them off again.
heal on both sides has been gone, and Spawn without it falls. A root from the ultimate from Spica. Wild growth onto Santorin, because now FlyQuest are on the dragon. This will be sole point for them. Dignitas too far positioned to be able to collapse upon this, and FlyQuest wanting to turn it a bit back on them, looking for the opening, but Santorin's the first one to venture on forward. Teleport coming directly onto the tower, and a flash by Spawn to answer what Vikla was doing. Santorin...
It means that Dignitas, they cannot full send on these plays. There's just too much threat of a collapse from the solo laners from FlyQuest who are controlling the side lanes.
It's those little tiny steps forward and landing the Chain of Corruption, but not in the spot you need it. Coming through with the ult and answered by Spica once more. So Santorin throwing it down, gets rid of himself. That's a root onto two and a blast of a Lulu. Santorin on the retreat. Are gonna take this Poro and put her on a stake. Maybe. Looks like FlyQuest are ready to do it. The rest of the team backing off, and even in the jungle, Jensen just having to back.
All he has to do, dodge, make sure he doesn't get hit by a Varus ultimate, very dodgeable. A Sejuani ultimate. That's a stolen Sejuani ultimate. That's a way more difficult for a Varus to dodge. 100 gold bounty. So if he does die, if Dignitas do catch him, then that will be a huge payoff. It'll make the game way closer, way more interesting. Vikla.
Oh, Vikla, next one with the crosshairs on him. Here's all of Dignitas, a teleport coming through. Jensen, expertly empowered, is answered by going golden on the side of Vikla. Way into the backline. Impact is targeted, separated from the remainder of the team. A root and then a kill onto Santorin. Prince continuing to get stronger and stronger. Another pop goes the Weasel. Bring it on forward with the flash and heal and more. Cannot connect with the Q, but he's got the hunger in his eyes, and he knows Vikla is here to start putting them on the plate for him. Biofrost on the retreat, though. They're slapping the Spawn around. They get some more damage. Double kill for Prince, and it's only Armut standing in.
It is going to be a Cloud Soul picked up here for FlyQuest. Santorin does have Flash and Smite available.
Still missing
Vision.
on both sides. Digger looking for the angle to try and get some vision over here into the pit, and Vikla into the back. Spawn is the target. Spawn is the first in the grave, followed by Armut. FlyQuest making sure to push them and punish them for coming into their territory here in the jungle, here in the river. Santorin still sees the blood in Vikla's eyes, sandwiched between himself and Winsome. And FlyQuest, it's the ace for them. It's the collapse into the base.
Children, avert your eyes! It's a massacre!
FlyQuest striving to become the main characters of spring here against Dignitas, secure a 2-0 start for their 2023 season, and build the hype that has been mounting. Of course, want to take a couple more kills on their way out and a little bit of meow time, but here you have it, a victory at that.
Spica's like, man, they keep leaving Maokai